Hey everyone! As you may have noticed right here on my channel, I do my best to share with you a good variety of playing videos, where perhaps I'm playing over a familiar set of chord changes or sharing some new music with you. And of course, lesson videos where I go into some detail discussing a specific technical topic that I hope will help develop your playing as well. But today, I'd like to discuss what may well seem to be quite an obvious approach that I think is just as important, if not even more so, than some of the specific technical topics that we've discussed in the past. If you've been following my playing for a while, you might have noticed that I recently released a series of new songs where I'm trying out a whole bunch of new ideas over these song forms. And as a side note, I will probably record these songs as part of an upcoming album in the near future. But in the past, I've gone into great detail discussing the importance of practicing scales, arpeggios, and all sorts of materials that serve as the building blocks of your improvisational or soloing language on guitar. But beyond just practicing these foundational building blocks, it's really important to assemble these materials in real time by practicing playing. And this is something that you should do every day if you want to see some really noticeable developments in your playing. So what exactly am I talking about when I say practicing playing? I'm not talking about just jamming away, though that is of course great fun. I'm talking about being highly conscious of the chords or harmony that you're playing over and judiciously making creative decisions in accordance with that harmony. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I'm trying to solo consciously and creatively over an E minor 9 chord sound. I could draw on my knowledge of arpeggios and say that a G major 7 arpeggio would work great over this sound. If you want to go beyond just one chord, let's say that our next chord in the chord progression is an A major triad over a C bass note, which would sound like this. Once again, drawing from my knowledge of arpeggios, I could easily say that an A major triad will work well over this chord. In the spirit of experimenting with these sounds and further developing your playing, it can be great to say, well, I'm going to compose a chord progression where I'll try out these materials in real time. And it might sound a little bit like this. And I'll also say that writing your own music, or even just putting together some chord progressions of your own, can be a fantastic exercise in actually furthering your own playing style and further developing language, because you can assemble the language that you like the sound of over the chord progressions that you also like the sound of, thus furthering the individuality of your own artistic statements. Among all of the incredibly important technical concepts that we've discussed at great length in the past, which some of you might have investigated even further in my masterclasses, How to Solo with Triads, and also How to Practice Volume 2, it's also really important to take these materials and use them both consciously and creatively to form the basis of your own soloing language on guitar. And if you can put all of these materials together by practicing playing every day, I think that you're going to see a lot of dramatic improvements very quickly. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you've done? Maybe it's something that you already do. And remember, I'm not talking about just jamming away and playing anything you feel. That's great too. I'm talking about really being aware of what it is that you're playing. Drop a comment and let me know. If you enjoyed this discussion, it would be great if you could give this video a like. And if you'd like to learn with me in even more depth, join me at bensguitarclub.com, where you can pick up my masterclasses, mini lessons, and bundle packages, including the BGC bundle, which features all of my mini lessons and masterclasses in one package. Have fun playing the way that you like to play, and I'll see you next time.